Pika. Ben just went. I can clap with one hand.
Do it one more time. Do it one more time.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am doing a Q&A with Forge Relations. This is a podcast that you can find on the description below. I wanted to dedicate this Q&A video to goat guns. These are awesome little guns that you can buy for your desktop or just to have for educational purposes. You literally build them from scratch. The parts are sent to you and you put them together. They're totally functional like a firearm. The only difference is they don't actually shoot projectiles, but it's still fun. They're made out of metal. It's high quality stuff. And my last video got taken down that had this in it. So I felt like, I needed to make up for that and give them some love. I won't be able to put the description in YouTube below because YouTube thinks I'm selling actual firearms, which is against their, terms of service. So, but you should check them out at goatguns.com. They have a shit ton of guns to choose from. So go check them out, guys.
But right now we are going to get into some Q&A with the famous Alex Zedra. So, let's just roll into this. Are you ready to answer some questions?
Number one.
All right.
Fast fire. Go.
Here we go. What was the first time you saw yourself as Mara in Call of Duty? What did it feel like?
Well, Infinity Ward didn't send me any images for me to look at before the season 1 got released. So I had to download it, and then I went to go check to see if my character was on there, and she was. And I have a clip of me on Twitter of me just turning my character around, inspecting her, and looking at her, and I was just like screaming, "Oh my God, what the fuck?"
Dude! I'm totally speechless at this point. Like, I don't know what the fuck to say. Like, I really don't. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
So you found out when everyone else found out.
Yeah, pretty
and then,
much.
So you filmed a video where you went into GameStop and you were collecting all your posters.
Yeah.
How weird was that to see yourself not only on your Xbox home screen, but in a store in your hometown, just up on the wall, in every store.
Yeah, it's weird because I don't really go to GameStop anymore. I don't really know any.
I don't know anyone who does
people that do. So just but when I did go there, the girl was like, "Oh, you mean this poster that looks just like you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a little weird to see, but yeah, can I have that?"
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Awesome. What led you to this point? Take us to the road of being Insta-famous and living what many would call a non-traditional career path in life.
Insta-famous.
Insta-famous.
Such a weird term.
I know, it sounds so corny.
All right, like Twitch-a-famous or in this case, Call of Duty famous.
I don't know. I mean, it literally came out of nowhere and I wasn't expecting it and I wasn't prepared for this at all. So it just totally took me by storm. I was totally blindsided by all the support from, the gaming industry and the firearm industry, and then sandwiching them together. It's like, there's not many people who have done that. I feel like there's a couple people out there that I do know personally who have, combined, the gun nerds and the gaming nerds together. And what's crazy is they all have so much in common. They all love guns.
It blends very well.
Yeah, because I was just a fan of
awesome.
guns. A lot of kids will come into gun stores and they're like, "Oh, it's a KSG. Oh, this." They're pointing out guns. They know the name. They know the caliber just from playing video games. So it's just an easy crossover. It's awesome.
And because I think the transition is video games, airsoft, and then you buy your first real gun.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's some of these kids that spend more money on their airsoft than their real guns.
Yeah,
They
dude,
buy
I
a high
remember
point in a
I had a
$7,000
scope.
airport.
I had a shitty scope and I put duct tape around my freaking airsoft gun so that I could have an optic. And then I used a shoestring
That's a sling?
as a sling.
Generational
I actually have
differences
a
are
picture
crazy.
with it.
Do
somewhere.
you really?
Yeah.
Can we please
Inserting
find
that?
I'll have to find it.
Yeah,
I'll
we
have
have
to
to find
find
that. At what point did you realize this is the real deal and I'm going all in, or have you just rolled with it day to day?
I just roll with it. I don't have a plan. Everyone's like,
What's the
what plan?
strategy?
What was the strategy you took to get here? And I'm
So
like,
there's no
dude,
business book?
I got nothing for you. I have nothing.
What's
I got
the
no
secret?
tips. I got nothing. I just kept doing
Zedra
it.
does success.
I got nothing.
What is
I
it?
couldn't
Grant
give you a business
Cardone,
book.
Alex Zedra
I
edition?
couldn't tell you. I couldn't
That's
tell
amazing.
you. It's just me.
My 10 steps to success.
Yeah, no, I feel like that a lot of that's bullshit because most of the time it's
Well,
luck.
it is.
They're just trying to,
It's
they're just trying to make more
networking.
money.
It's just networking.
That's
And-
probably the
and
biggest thing, yeah.
You can be the smartest person, but if you don't know anybody and you don't network with people and you don't go to conventions or do anything to put yourself out there, well, you're just a waste of a brain at that point. You have no one to share it with. You have nothing, there's no success there.
If you can go back, would you do it exactly the same way?
Yeah.
Would you
Because
change
if I would have
anything?
changed anything, then, it's a butterfly effect. It might have, a road might have not been crossed at that point. It
But,
would
and
have
you
just,
wouldn't want a different career path? This is what you want?
No. I couldn't. I would be bored. I'd be bored. Like I love adrenaline. Like I want to jump out of airplanes. I want to freaking have a catfish bite my arm. I'm going to go scuba diving with my buddies and, just go shark diving. I don't know, do some crazy shit.
So what would you have done if you weren't doing this? You said doctor was not really your thing. So
No,
what would it
God,
have
no.
been?
I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I had a bakery with my mom, and I got really good at making French macarons, which are one of the hardest, or is the hardest, delicate pastry to make in the baking industry.
Right.
And I mastered it. So I would have, and I do actually plan on doing, because I have this knowledge of making these. I want to do something with it still. I just don't have the time right now. But, my mom and I are talking about, getting back into the whole baking thing. So that's probably something I would have, the road I probably would have taken otherwise.
Interesting.
Complete opposite.
That is.
I know,
that
they're
is
like,
like
wait.
total polar opposite,
know.
but I love it.
They're like, shoot guns, and I like to bake cupcakes, and they're
I
really
can just
pretty.
see you
and
with a
they
little
taste really
hat
good.
on. You're just like, do.
Yeah.
So what is the craziest shit you have ever done in your career to this
Craziest
point
shit?
so far?
God, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've probably the freaking noodling thing. The thing is, Hannah does this every damn day. So to her, it's like
It's normal.
just eating breakfast, like
Yeah, they didn't
sticking
think
my
about it.
fist in a 40-pound catfish's mouth and then pulling it out of the water and putting it back. Like that was, I love adrenaline, but that was totally different because you're underwater, you are vulnerable in something else's home, and you're just hoping to God it's not a snapping turtle
Or a freaking alligator.
or an alligator.
They were like, "There's no alligators in this lake," but I
Bullshit.
don't believe
I
that
don't
for a
believe
second.
that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that was just a totally different feeling for sure.
It's,
would say that's up there.
That's
Yeah.
definitely unique.
What is the dumbest way you've been injured? Can't say catfishing again, so.
Well, it would be between jumping off a 3-story building when I was a kid onto a trampoline, or well, I also shattered my collarbone riding a dirt bike. That's not really dumb. That wasn't dumb.
That's not
That's
dumb.
just
That's
normal.
badass. You rode dirt bikes. You broke
That's
your
normal.
collarbone.
And like
Yeah.
all the dudes that we ride with, their collarbones are
Yeah.
both of them are like, yeah, that's the first thing that goes. We move on to your femurs, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm selling both of my bikes, and I've broken this twice. I had 2 surgeries. I'm good. I'm tapping out. I'm
Moving on.
crippled.
Maybe, well, no, how about maybe when you went surfing with a broken collarbone because you had to go out and surf and you had to break
Well, it was during
it
a
again?
hurricane, and East Coast, our waves suck. So I was
we go.
taking the opportunity to, they were glass overhead, not breaking on shore waves, which is super rare for South Carolina. Like you want to go to, you have to go to California for that kind of shit. So everybody was out there, and I was like,
During a hurricane.
yeah.
But she had a broken
With a broken collarbone.
with a metal plate. The doctor was like,
Well,
"Don't do this." She's like, "Nah, it's good."
It was
I'm
probably
good."
like, "Don't do anything physical."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying I think that would be the dumbest thing. And then she
Yeah, that
came
was
in and
dumb.
it was all bent up.
Well,
I like,
it was
"Oh."
already bent at the time. I just had made it worse by paddling. The thing is, your adrenaline's pumping so much when you're surfing like that. No matter how many times you surf, it's just like you don't feel your pain until you're done and you're laying in bed and you're like, oh God, what did I do? And I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, that don't look good. Doesn't look good at all.
I think we should insert a clip of that gnarly collarbone of yours.
Yeah, I'll have to find it.
Okay. Are you good at any accents and impersonations?
People ask me all the time to do a Pikachu impersonation.
Can we hear it?
Oh my God.
Come on now.
Well, the thing is, I just had coffee and I don't know.
No
it might
excuses.
not
Let's
be
go.
right. Okay.
Let's go.
Pikachu. Pika pika. Pika pee.
I can't really do it right now.
That's impressive. I don't know about you. That's
Pikachu.
impressive.
Pika pika.
Ben just went. His eyes literally went, what the
I was not
fuck?
expecting that at all.
Pika pika.
Have you ever heard that before?
Never once. I didn't even know that.
How did you figure out you could do that?
I don't know.
When did this start? Is this like all new?
I've always done
I've
that.
never heard you do that ever.
So
You
when
do it on
when I'm
stream,
streaming,
don't you?
Yeah, people ask
Yeah.
me to do it on stream all the time. I
yeah.
go,
Pikachu, motherfucker.
That needs to be our soundbite right there.
Oh, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
How about Mara? I'm sure you get asked to do Mara a lot.
I can't.
Let's hear
I got
that-
a slight Southern accent, and I'm like, I
Come
don't
on, we
know.
need. Where's the?
I feel like this should be a separate video itself of me just attempting to repeat
we should do that.
things. Yeah.
So no Spanish accent.
I mean, I don't know. Like, no, she goes, mierda coño.
What's that mean?
I think it means like you fucking bitch or fucking pussy or something.
I mean,
like
that was pretty good.
I don't know.
That was really good.
Well, you better get good. We got a video coming up where you're
God,
gonna
now I gotta speak Spanish
Should we,
now.
should we tell the fans about the series?
new video dropping.
How about, what do you guys think of this? Why don't you tell them about your Mara Does?
Wait, what?
Tell everyone what they think about doing Mara Does, the Mara Does series.
Oh, just like me being as Mara, but doing daily things like baking or cooking or whatever, driving. I don't know. The thing
Oh
is,
my!
I
Mara gets road rage. Oh my
I don't
God!
speak Spanish. Like
So
I
you better
was,
figure it out.
I was pretty good at it. Like when I was in high school, because I had a lot of kids that I had someone to speak to, and I worked at a restaurant where there's a lot of people that spoke Spanish there. So I would just talk to them, and it was awesome, and I learned a lot. But you know, if you don't have anyone to talk to in another language, you just kind of forget about it.
For sure.
Which fictional character would be the most exciting to meet in real life?
Fictional character?
Fictional character. Who would you want to meet in real life if they could come to be real? But they have to be fictional.
Sylvanas.
Explain.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Sylvanas is the Banshee Queen, the undead from World of Warcraft. She ended up...
Yes.
Yeah, like, yes.
Yes.
Anyway, she's a bad bitch. Basically, turned everybody on the Horde undead, so they were undefeatable from the Alliance.
Wait, why do you want to meet her though? Wouldn't she just like?
She literally slaughtered her own people.
So why do you want to
And
meet
then-
her?
Because she's a
She's
bad
gonna kill
bitch.
you.
She's so badass, and she's hot. She's like this undead blood elf.
Did you cosplay her?
No, but I want to. But her armor's way too complicated, and ain't nobody got time for that.
That sounds like a terrible. That sounds like the Mummy or whatever, like where you bring the undead back and then they can
Yeah,
kill
that's basically
everyone.
what happened.
Everyone just
It was
dies.
awesome. I was watching the cinematic, and I was like, no freaking way. And everyone's like, I can't believe she did that. And I was like, yeah, for the Horde, baby.
Jeez.
I had a Horde sticker on my back windshield for like a few years. People would like literally race up next to me, beat their horns, say, roll down your window. And I'm like, what did I do? And they're like, for the Horde. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. and I'm like on Highway 17
Seriously?
all the time. All the time.
Do you still play?
No, God, no.
Too time consuming or?
I just grinded everything. I got burned out of the grind, and then they came back with another. The expansion just kind of got shittier after Wrath of the Lich King, and it just didn't really get that good.
Don't you have a sword from that?
Yeah, Frostmourne.
Cool. What is the most useless talent you have?
I can one-handed clap.
Excuse me?
I can
Let's
clap
see
with
it.
one hand. Damn it.
Wait, do it one more time. Do it one more time.
Now you have to
the
try
hell
it.
do you do
Now
two-
you have to try it.
How do you-
No, you have to go up and down.
I don't understand. It hurts my wrist. I don't know how you do that. Seriously, how are you doing that?
How are you doing that?
You have to like relax your relax your fingers. You're like limp wristing. No, it's
I know.
all in
I
the
feel like a
fingers.
certain like this is very
You
strange.
keep your wrist tight. You don't flip your wrist around. You got to keep your. It's all in your fingers. So do what you're doing to your wrist, but to your fingers. Your hands don't even.
Wait, so how did you learn? How did you learn you could do that? How did you? When did you
I
realize?
practiced it.
Wait, did you like
Practiced
YouTube
it?
it and then you were like,
No, I just I went like this one day and it went whop, and I went, wait, how did I just do that? And I was like, I'm gonna figure this out, and I went, I got it.
I think we need to like a
Now I need
slow-mo
to- now I
video
need
of
to
that.
do my left hand so I can do them both. I can't really do that good with my left though.
I'm so
So that way I can get them
confused.
both going. But I can only do my right hand for now.
I'm learning so much today.
This is amazing. Apparently, I am too. This is unbelievable. All right, so here's one. Who is your celebrity crush, and what would you want to do with them if you were hanging out?
Keanu Reeves,
So, shooting guns.
probably. Yep,
I mean, that's a good choice.
shooting guns, probably.
That's probably actually like a
Just
doable thing.
Running,
though. Like,
running like a. Little,
Like a course
if
fire.
Keanu's
Course, we
manager
said.
is listening or himself,
I mean, I think.
I mean, he's trained with Taryn.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
which
a very
is,
realistic.
that's very
I
realistic.
think that could
yeah,
pretty much happen.
Which
It should.
you know, Taryn
Mara
said.
and Tarrant, or Mara and Keanu, head to head.
that would be kind of cool.
That's pretty badass.
All right, so last and final question. If you could have everyone in a room at one time that follows you, what advice or statement would you tell them?
Advice: take no shit. Do what the fuck you want. I mean, within reason. I just thought of a random meme that popped in my head, and I don't know why. I have ADHD. Now I have to say it. So I have to find it. Can we import it into
If you
YouTube?
find it.
Okay. Because I was talking about like try to be your own boss and make your own success, and it takes chances and it's terrifying, but just to like, if you really believe in something, just take the leap and say, screw everything else. Like I know people have a hard time when they want security. Like, you're secure with your 9 to 5 and all that stuff, but like just take the chance, and if you truly believe in something or someone, just go for it, and then put your all into it and just see what happens.
Is that the meme?
But the meme, no, I need to finish it now. The meme, it made me think this dude is playing like World of Warcraft or some video game on his laptop at work, and his boss comes up behind him and he's pissed. So he goes, hold on a second, guys. I have to beat this boss real quick. Like, and you think he's talking about the game. He turns around and punches his boss and then goes back to playing video games
Oh
while
my
he's at
God.
work.
That's
So
amazing.
that's all I think of.
That's a hell of
I don't
a
know.
closer.
My mind went straight to that because like that's all I would think about. Like, guys, I don't want to fucking leave work and go play video games. But yeah, it's now we need to post that.
That's too funny.
Definitely going to
pretty
put
good.
that in there. Is there anything else you want to say? This is your moment to shine.
yeah.
Well, I just want to thank people who have been supporting me through all this. Like, I wouldn't be here or have these opportunities if it wasn't for people, even just viewing my Twitch. Like, people are like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not subbed. Like, you don't have to be subbed. You're a view, one view or one comment or one like or one follow, one subscription on YouTube is just like everything. Like one person really does make a difference in your numbers, and which brings more opportunities for me, which makes more content for them. And it's just this constant rolling, snowballing, crazy thing. And so, yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody for, the opportunities that you guys have given me at this point.
Hell yeah. Cool.
Well, guys, all her links, description is going to be in the channel. And if you're not already, which I'm sure you all are, make sure you're following her. She's badass. And I know this made the podcast much better because I know you guys are kind of tired of me and Ben's
We're pretty
voices.
boring after this, aren't
It's
we?
mainly just
This
me
is rough.
yelling at Ben or
Yep.
shaking my head the whole time. So it's
Yep.
so nice to have another
Will's been
voice.
trying to be Howard Stern recently.
I'm
And
not Howard Stern.
You're trying
No,
so
I'm saying
hard.
I enjoy Howard
trying
Stern.
so hard.
It's
do you
hot as
mean?
balls in here.
Now you're hot.
Oh, now
Yeah.
you're
We had to
hot.
turn the air off for this girl.
I
She's
had them
bitching
turn
the
the
whole
air
time
off.
about how cold it is, and now
Dude,
she's
you
hot.
have a freaking giant freaking portal to space above me, and it's zero
because it gets so hot in here.
Stains, dude.
You do, and you stink terribly.
I smell good.
You stink.
So,
Terrible.
now it's
Now
on.
it's back on.
Now
See,
it's on.
the power of the internet.
And fuck you, by the way, Howard. What do you mean? I was just saying I'm taking advice from him. That's all I'm doing, you dick. Fuckhead.
We'll see you guys next time.
Next time. Later, guys.